Hey guys, Zephyrnix here, and this video actually is a response to Cena's Corner. Now, it wasn't supposed to be a response, it actually was supposed to be just a regular video. Unfortunately, Cena got to it before me. So what you gonna do about it, you know? Yeah. So anyway, this one is actually talking about Michael Joseph Jackson, the entertainer, the king of pop. Now, the man left a huge legacy behind. However, the problem is that a lot of people still see him or try to see him with the allegations that were put upon him, talking about how there was a, how he, touched children and things of that nature. And let me tell you something right now. I 100% agree with Cena. The fact of the matter is that if you are a real parent of any kind, or if you were a parent who was actually telling the truth, then you would not have accepted the money in order to let this just go away. You know? And that's just how I see it. So it's like the media's not going to say that. Well, wait a minute. Why would this woman take the money if, but that doesn't really make news. What makes news is showing allegations against the king of pop for touching little boys. So it's like even the news is willing to, sacrifice someone's image just to go ahead and get a buck. But the reality of it is that I honestly do not believe that the king of pop actually had no kind of things like that whatsoever. I really don't. I mean, they tried everything. They really did. They tried everything. They even tried to get Michael Jackson's own wife. And it seems like everyone who was close to Michael wouldn't even was like, hell no, Michael's not like that. And even people who were not close to him in terms of family, but like did videos with him, a lot of people were like, no, Michael Jackson's nothing like that. So then you got this one woman who says, oh yeah, Michael Jackson, woo, he touches kids all the time. It's like, really? Like, really? So you guys are willing to believe, like, all these people in the industry are backing up, not just in the industry, just in general, are backing Michael Jackson, saying, no, Michael Jackson has never shown us that he was this kind of person to begin with. And all of a sudden now, this one woman says it, and you're ready to believe it. And that's just the problem with people. You guys are always willing, not you guys, but, people are always willing to go ahead and believe the worst in people. And that's really what it is, The fact of the matter is that Michael Jackson, even with that, why bother thinking about that? Michael Jackson was, he was a legacy. He brought a legacy here that was just beyond comparison. A lot of people want to talk about how they don't, like Michael Jackson's music or whatever, but the reality of it is that most, if not all, people who are musicians nowadays have taken a cue from Michael Jackson. I'm a musician. I've taken a lot of cues from Michael Jackson. The way I play my bass guitar, the way I play my bass, the way I move when I play my bass, all of which have been taking cues from Michael Jackson. The way I play my sax, all have taken cues from Michael Jackson, and that's just the truth. And for the record, for those who be like, oh, we've never seen you play bass or sax, I'll play it one day. When I on this video on this channel, I'll play one day. Anyway, so the same thing I know with Cena. I'm pretty sure Cena, the guy who I'm responding to, I'm pretty sure that a lot of times you have gotten you've gotten cues from Michael Jackson too, from the way you might do a certain thing, or you might feel a beat. I mean, that's just the case. The song that you're listening to right now, the song that is right here, that's just playing right here on this video, is a song that I've listened to for a very long time, and I'm such a big fan of it that even the rhythm has is a rhythm that I use in a lot of ways. Instead of just doing a regular rhythm, I usually follow this type of rhythm. And that's just how it is. Michael Jackson was huge. Michael Jackson was incredible. Do I believe that Michael Jackson did all this? No. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm extremely biased on this particular subject. I will humbly admit that. But the fact of the matter is that the truth speaks for itself. There was no truth. There was no proof that Michael Jackson did any of this. All you had was the ramblings of a few people versus a whole bunch of people speaking out against it. Another thing is that as a entertainer, is when you're in the spotlight, you're going to constantly have people who are going to try to tarnish your name for a little bit of cash, or for that, for the 15 minutes of fame because, oh, he touched my kid. Well, really? Let's get an interview with you. And that's just how it is. It is just how it is. It's how it's always been. Like he said, Elvis. Elvis is one of those guys. Kobe Bryant, like I said, is another one. Shaq. A whole bunch of people are like that. And let me tell you about Shaq. Shaq's father, actually, once Shaq became famous, and all of a sudden Shaq's father wanted to be in his life. you know, on what was it, the Ricky Lake show, I think it was, and yet Shaq didn't even show up. Shaq was like, oh hell no with that bullshit, you know. And it's just that sad reality, man. That all these people out here, all they want to do is make a buck off the, someone else's name, despite the fact that of how much, you know, how much it's going to cost them. You know, the thing is that Michael Jackson is a fantastic artist. He's a fantastic person, and he needs to be addressed as such. You know, and that's just it. That's just all I gotta say about that particular subject. You know, thank you very much, Cena, for bringing this, for providing us with this video. I do appreciate it. For those who are not subscribed to Cena's Corner, you definitely need to go ahead and take care of that. Especially if you're a musician, especially if you like games like Rock Band and Dance Central. If you are big fans of music and dance games, then by all means, you definitely need to go ahead and subscribe to Cena's Corner. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.